Hi, welcome to the Obachon Chatter. I'm sorry. Welcome to the Obachon Chatter. I'm here to finally recap Vanderpump Rules, the Scandal, Season 10, Episode 15. We begin this episode with Sheena and Raquel. They're at What Happens Live, and Andy asks a question about which Tom he thinks the cutest. And I think they both say Sandoval. And then they pan to different cameos of Arianna and Tom, and Arianna says that Tom explains that his phone, they both are explaining that his phone during a concert fell out of his pocket. Somebody gave it to Arianna for safekeeping, and while she was holding it, she was having a good time. And all of a sudden, the intuition, that thing that something tells you to look or just to see, or it's just your time to find out what's going on in life. So she saw a FaceTime that was sexual between her boyfriend and her best friend. So while we painted back to New York, I believe they're in New York, is Sheena and Raquel. And Sheena's looking at Raquel because Raquel is looking crazy. Raquel is looking crazy. So she looks at Sheena says, Raquel, what's the matter? And Raquel looks at Sheena and says, in that stupid smiley voice that she does, Ariana just called me and she told me and she asked me about a situation between me and Tom, and I just had told her we've been having an affair for 7 months. That's crazy. So they pan into James and Alan. They at home. They look like they cooking. They show us Lala. She's in her place after everything is found out. We see Tom, the dog's at his house. I guess he get ready to take him back to Katie's. Ariana is home with Tom, and somebody's downstairs on the couch with her. I haven't figured out who that is yet, but he eventually comes downstairs and he asks her if she wants something out of the kitchen, and she said, "Yeah, for you to die." And he says, "I will eventually." So she asks, "How was it at Raquel?" And how was it at Raquel's? And he said he wasn't at Raquel's. He was at Swart's house. And she said, you was at Swart's house when I saw that FaceTime video. So you saying you at Swart's or not ain't really no big deal. And so they started talking, and he's just like a bunch of excuses. I was going to tell you your dog died, your grandmama died. And then I think the worst one I heard early on is that he said he was afraid to tell her because did she say she would commit suicide? Because I think that's what he inferred. So anyway, I feel bad for her because I've been in love like that. She said that she would have followed him anyway and would have did anything. And he trying to tell her he wanted to do anything too. And she was like, you didn't want to do anything. If you've been having an affair with my best friend for 7 months, you wasn't trying to work on no relationship with me. You had already moved on. You should have just told me. So she said she would have followed him anywhere, did anything for him, changed anything about her because he thought that she was the one. So, what else I put in my notes here? She says that his friendship with Raquel is BS, and he's screaming at her and says, "It's not, it's real." He says when he kissed Raquel, he felt like it was hope. He had just turned 40, and is this all to life? And and she responds, when people turn 40, that's what they do. We were stagnant in our relationship. So she said, you weren't supposed to go do that. What you're supposed to do is talk to me and tell me. But in the end result, at the end of the conversation that they had, he pretty much told her he didn't want her no more. That it didn't matter if he didn't have Raquel or not, that he wasn't going to stay with her. That's it. So, so anyway, they're arguing, and at the end you see him bust out crying. He get up and he leave. I think he going to Tom's house, and he said that Raquel treated him with respect and gave him confidence. And I'm believe he's just 40 years old, and he said he felt like he was gonna get his mojo back. He got his mojo back once he started messing with Raquel, and she said they should have went to couples therapy. And Tom said that he felt like Ariana pressured them to stay together. You know, he felt like he pressured. He felt like Ariana pressured him to stay with him. And so anyway, she said, so Ariana said, so what you gonna do now? When you gonna go over there? When you gonna go see? So your thing we're gonna tell you that's deep. That's a deep connection, you know, and you know she said you running over there to Red Kell and y'all gonna talk about y'all real deep connection. And this dummy say, oh, I don't know. And she was like, you're supposed to say no. She was trying to be a smart ass. He's so dumb. So anyway, she just said she did anything she could to make it work. So anyway, Tom leaves and he goes to Tom. As soon as he see Tom, he act like the woman with her. He hugging him, he crying all hard, and Tom telling him, I told you to tell her when it first kicked off at the end. He said when he kissed at the Abbey, you know, he said it was just bad between her and Ariana. He was jerking off in the bathroom, and anyway, she started. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so anyway, I need to go to another page. So anyway, it's just the whole series. This whole episode kind of got on my nerves a little bit. Said okay. So anyway, everybody getting together in groups and talking. James call Raquel after he find out, and they all sitting at the house. It's Lala, it's Ali, it's his girlfriend who don't want him to call. I don't know why she's still with James. To me, he act like he's still in love with Lala, that he still got feelings for her. And I think Katie's over there. So he said, I want to call her. So they all get up and scramble away from the table. And he asked her, how do you feel you sleeping with this one? And don't you feel dirty for how you tore up the dynamics of the group? And everybody just really wanted him to get off the phone, especially his girlfriend. Okay, and so she says, I don't really have to explain anything to you. You know, I'm done with you, James. We don't see each other no more. And he tell her how he thinks she a piece of trash. So then we see Tom goes to Raquel and they hug. And they two friends, they start saying that we two friends that just got caught up. Um, you know, everybody hate him. Her mom hates him. Her family, his sisters. You know, they don't know what Tom was doing. And what Tom was doing, I think Tom is 40. That girl's like 28. Come on, dog. I mean, it ain't that big of a difference, but it's big enough. So anyway, she's talking to him, and she thinks that Tom says that he loves her, and that's not what he said. He said, she thought he said they love you, and that's not what he said. She thought he said he loved her, and so she said, I love you too. So I don't know if that's the first time they told each other they loved each other or what, but it sure sounds mighty funky. So Raquel says right now she only has her and her family and Tom. And he says, let me see your face, because she has told Tom over the phone that Sheena punched her in the face in New York. But Sheena says she didn't punch her. She said she kind of pushed her. Anyway, it resulted in a restraining order. We all know that. But as Tom was talking to Raquel in her kitchen, and he called her Arianna, that shit is gonna be over with soon. He called you Arianna. He was having a discussion about the two of y'all, and she said, you call me Arianna? He's like, ah. So anyway, that don't look good. So he's sitting on the couch with her, and you know, they're in each other's face with his little dangling earrings and his white nail polish, and she's like, I just really don't know. And he's telling her everything's gonna be alright. He looked like a bitch with his eye makeup on. And they're looking at each other like they want to have sex with each other too, I'm just saying. I think Tom like her because he makes her feel young. I mean, she makes him feel like he's young. So Ariana started crying as soon as she sees... Ariana's later on we see her go visit Lisa, and as soon as she see Lisa, she start crying, and Lisa says she's in shock. She was in shock, and she don't have no answers. So Lisa's like, when it happening? When is this? When Ari's like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. So Lisa said that she's either gonna Tom is coming to talk to her, or he's already no. Tom is probably coming to see her later to talk to her. He's been calling. I think that's what she said. It don't matter. He coming to see her in this episode anyway. And she says, I haven't nobody's heard from Raquel. Then Arianna says that's good because what Raquel need to do is just find her new damn city to live in and stay gone as long as gone can be gone. So Ariana started crying again with Lisa. She just says she hate him, but you know that cry that she giving is not hate, it's actually love. It looks so ugly. Um, she's still in love with him. So then you see Tom bring the dogs back to Katie's house, and she tells him to come in and let's talk, because you know he and lately she been blowing them off because they're not been getting along. So he asked for a Coca-Cola, and they sit down, and she said, when you know, you know. She said, everybody believe that you lying. He said, I knew for about a month. She was like, bullshit, y'all too close. You knew longer than that. And he said, when he knew about it, he told him to tell Ariana when he had the one night stand. And so anyway, I don't know. Tom didn't know what to do because he said one day Tom would tell him that he loves. Oops, sorry y'all. One day Tom would tell him that he loves Ariana. The next day he don't know. He confused. So Tom said, listen. She said, no nobody cool with that shit with them with you knowing that they were seeing each other. That's some real dirty stuff. And it's, especially since you knew Ariana was in our wedding. She was one of your best men. And if you knew this, that's some real dirty shit. So anyway, he said, I texted her earlier, and I think she don't think a text is good enough, and I don't think it is either. I think he should go see it. But Tom was telling Katie, shit, I'm worrying about my bar, the health, the man eating crocodiles in Florida. I don't know where the hell they came from, but you know he's a little oddball anyway. So we see Ariana back at her place, and there's so many flowers and friends and people coming to visit her. They want to kind of discuss the incident and get her support. And then we see Kristen walk in, and they laugh because they laugh because Ariana reminds Kristen that, hey, you know, he both used to be both our boyfriends, and he pretty much did the same thing to both of us. So they laugh it off, and I think they go outside and start burning some of his shit. So anyway, we see Tom. He is at Lisa Vanderpump, and she looks disappointed that he was sleeping with one of his life partners, best friend, somebody he's been with for 2 years. And he says he lies because he said he lies because he ain't want to hurt her. But you always know when you lie, you only lie because you're a coward. And then, you know, he said he really want to talk to Ariana, but she's so angry right now she can't even hear him talk. So he starts heaving and shit, and Lisa tells him calm down. He get up and he starts crying. And Lisa asks, what can she do for him that she'll be here? And she wants him to be happy. And he said he want her to be happy too, but she can't be happy with him because he don't want to be with her. So we got Katie, Lala, and Sheena, and a Coco girl, and Ariana. It's like their night out, and all of them look dressed terrible. Everybody dressed nice but Ariana. Everybody's dressed nice. The only person dressed nice is Ariana. Everybody else, so they get ready to rob somebody or some shit. They just like they got on black, like they about to do some type of, I don't know, stealth mission or some shit. Okay, so then here come Tom walking up. Hey, everybody, looking just as goofy. And then they make a little joke and they say they're going to go to the bar while he talks to Ariana. But and then he says a joke like, yeah, I once had a bar. And she said, then Lala look at him and said, yeah, we're trying to blow that bitch up too. We don't want nobody to go. So anyway, they leave and Tom sits down with Ariana and she said, before you start saying anything, if you start making excuses for this nigga, you can just get up. I don't want to hear it. I'm getting up, going away. So he said, Tom said that he wanted to see her, and nobody really acknowledged Tom either when he got in there. So she didn't want to hear that shit about him feeling bad, and so he said he he didn't say he didn't come there to tell him how he feel about his friend, but to apologize to her, and she said he thanked Tom is sorry, I think, and she said I remember him apologize to the business, but he didn't say shit to me till after. And then I finally heard Tom say that he was mad with Tom, and he said that he wasn't a co-conspirator in this, because of course it's gonna hurt Arianna if she know that that your boys is doing this behind your back and smiling in your face. So she said she was not. She understand her relationship with Tom. They have a business together and that they friends. But she said as long as you fucking with Tom, you won't be fucking with me. So that was the end of that. So now Sheena at the house waiting for Tom to come by. So her and Brock talking. So he come in and Brock look at him real disappointed. Like he said he gonna take the baby to the park. While the two of them talk, say sit down, and you can see Sheena just look like she the one that got cheated on. And he confesses to cheating on her with someone else. So she said, was there anybody else? And I think he said it was one more person, but he wouldn't tell. But I believe it's that lady that's named Billy. So anyway, Sheena just like, how could I can't fuck with you no more. This is the dirtiest dirt I ever seen, and I don't know what to do about that. And she's so upset with him that that's how it is. She just leaves his ass in the middle of her living room, and she go in the back. I guess she upset and she crying, and you see him get up and leave. Now, how do I feel about this episode? First of all, I feel tired from it. That's why I'm talking like that. It's so emotionally draining, and I think I covered everybody. And I'm gonna look at the finale when they play it. I don't know how many parts, but I'm gonna watch the first part of the finale, and I'm just gonna give my rundown that it was weird to watch this unfold, especially when you listen to all the positive things that Arianna would say about Raquel and how she trusted her boyfriend. Oh, you'll hear how Sheena is defending, this or that, and then you find out this. It's some dirty. It's damaging, but from what we know of, you can hear Lisa tell her when Ariana was out there with Lisa, and she's like, once you get on the other side of this incident, stuff gonna look up for you. And look, she in Dance with the Stars. She got like Lifetime movie deals. The Dance with the Stars just made the body tighter. I mean, she opened up her sandwich store, so she got a lot of stuff going on for her. I don't really care that much for Tom, and you do look like he need to take a shower though, don't he? And then the Tom that's the friend that used to be married to Katie, he just ass backwards altogether. I think James need to go through counseling because I think he got a drinking problem, and I think he needs to be in a relationship to have validation. I don't know these other people coming back on what they're gonna do with Katie or none of that. I just want to get through this scandal shit and be done with it. So hopefully the beginning of this being done for this series will be this coming Thursday, which is, I don't know, May 20 something. I'm not sure. But you'll see me again recapping that. And excuse me, my bro keep opening up. That's why I had my little surgery at. So my skin be looking, So, I always said you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And I'm so glad that you are. So thank you. Leave a comment, like if you like. You know what I'm going to say. Just say something to me if you got something to say. Okay? Thank you. Come back now. Bye.